We're taking a break, but we're not going anywhere. This video is our chance to connect with you on a deeper level and share what's coming up for the channel. We've been to so many amazing locations over the years. There have been great moments, and a few scary ones too, like the time we got stuck overnight on a beach, or the time we got bogged in the mud. Actually, I don't think I've ever told you that story. So what better time than now? Let's rewind back to 2020. Back then, we were traveling in our Jayco Conquest motorhome, towing a tiny Fiat 500. That's also when we started our Facebook page called Two Old Farts in a Fiat, because, well, both vehicles were Fiats, and we're two old farts. Anyway, on one particular trip, we were headed to Lightning Ridge for the very first time. One day, we decided to try and find a quirky little town with the very Aussie name of Come By Chance. We packed some lunch, loaded up our fur baby in the back seat, and set off along this beautiful stretch of road that looked almost freshly sealed. It was peaceful, breezy, perfect, until it wasn't. After about 40 minutes of driving, I suddenly screamed, "Look out! Slow down!" But it was too late. The road turned from smooth bitumen to a muddy dirt track, and in an instant, we skidded off the side. The front of the Fiat sank into thick mud, up to the bonnet. No matter what we tried, we were completely stuck. No one around, no reception, no way out. It happened just after lunch, and it took until 4 or 5 p.m. before I finally managed to reach emergency services. They said they could send a tow, or the police. Well, the police arrived in a paddy wagon. I ended up in the back seat next to a box full of interesting items, while hubby and our dog sat in the back. The officer kept apologizing. He said normally it's not the kind of ride you want to be in. But honestly, we didn't care. We just wanted out of there. They drove us back to Walgett and gave us directions to a local motel. The staff was so kind and even let us bring in our dog. We showered, tried to relax, and then went out to find something for dinner. Now, that dinner? 2 Chinese takeaway meals and a drink each, $60. Easily the most expensive takeaway we've ever had. Our poor pup had to share some rice with us, plus a bit of dry food I had packed just in case. Let's just say, none of us slept well that night. The next morning, we called the NRMA. They sent a local bloke to help us retrieve the Fiat. Side note, yes, I'm still annoyed at hubby about this whole situation. The guy parked safely on the bitumen, walked the rest of the way, and, using 3 tow chains and a rope, he managed to drag the car out. I don't think I've ever felt such relief. He even followed us back to Walgett just to make sure we got back safely. We drove the whole way in complete silence, except for the sound of massive chunks of dried mud falling off the bottom of the car. When we finally got back to the Caravan park in Lightning Ridge, I mentioned it to the lady at reception. She smiled and said, "Yep, happened to me a couple of days ago. Happens to everyone." At the time, it was terrifying. But now, it's one of those stories we'll never forget and can finally laugh about. Have we learnt our lesson? Well, yes and no. After all, we did get stuck on a beach. I'll put a link here somewhere so you can see how we got out of that one. Thanks for sticking around while we take a little break from the road. We've got plenty of new adventures coming soon, and we're excited to take you along for the ride. So don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps more than you know. And you don't miss out on our next adventure. Stay safe, travel smart, and always check the road before you follow it to a place called Come By Chance.